Hey, what's going on, y'all? Jay from JSFILMZ. Now, in this video, I'm going to be talking about the new Fortnite IARC once again, because a lot of people are still having issues with getting their maps approved, and it's actually ruining some lives out there. But in this video, what I'm going to do is just kind of share with you my experience with this whole IARC thing. Okay, now I'm not a professional at this, but I do have a couple of maps that have passed the IARC rating, and my newest map, the Alien Rush, which you're looking at right now, this actually got denied a lot. And I feel like this is a very good example on, how this whole IRC rating goes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the right side where the question mark is, and I'm going to click on it. Now, I have two things that I can do at this point. I can take a picture of this, post it on Twitter, and complain about it, or I can try to figure out what the fuck is going on. All right. So this is saying my map failed content review. And this paragraph right here is so important. Okay. It says, if the content within your creative island is not listed below, then this is blocked because images and text used to promote your experiences must be age appropriate for 10 and up or lower. Okay. So this is down here. So this is telling me that I have three main issues that I got to tackle. The first one is probably the hardest one. It just says the content within your creative island. This is super broad, but again, I'm going to show you how I kind of troubleshoot that. Now, the promotional image. This is an easy one. And the link lobby background. All right. So I'm going to do the easy ones, the image and the background. So let me show you what this looks like. All right. So this right here, Alien Rush, is the image that I used for this failed content. Again, I'm just using common sense. It has a red font on it. I know that may or may not be the case, but I'm going to take a shot at it. I changed the font and I made it pink. Additionally, for the lobby background, this is your wide one. I also changed it there and I blurred it. I removed the words and I blurred it. Okay. So far, those are the only things that I changed in my map, the images. I then re-uploaded that at midnight, November 17. And let's get another error. Perfect. Now I got rid of the two. So now I'm down to the content within your creative island. Okay. Now again, if the content within your creative island is not listed below, well, it's listed. So I know the problem is something in my island. Now, here's the tricky part. So for me, 99% of my maps are all custom, meaning I import them. I don't drag and drop it from the prefab. So right away, I knew it was going to be a butt pain to figure out what is wrong with my map. So I start with thinking like this. What would I want a 10-year-old or below to hear, see? So that being said, I knew I had some pretty suspicious audio in my island. So what I did was I went to my island, and I'm going to show you that island again. I have two audio that might possibly be bad for 10 and below. So let me play you one of them. Now this audio plays whenever you upgrade your weapon. Right here, this robot actually says this whenever you upgrade your weapon. So the first one is this.
Can't seem to stay up? Check out my stuff.
All right, he says, can't seem to stay up. Check out my stuff. I was like, okay, that's not really bad, but it could be. Additionally, I have another one.
Are your weapons mid as F? I got the hookup. No cap.
He says, is your weapon mid as F? I got the hookup. No cap. So I was like, all right. 10 below, you probably don't want that. So I remove this and this, deleted them, and then re-uploaded it. Here goes the same thing at 8:25 p.m. I mean, I spent so many days on this map. Click on this, and nothing happened. Still, something is wrong in my island. Now, obviously, I'm getting frustrated at this point. I almost gave up on it, but I kept going. So again, I went back to the drawing board. What else wouldn't I want a 10-year-old or below to hear or see? I didn't have any blood. I didn't have any jump scares in this map. You do have zombies in here, but that's in the actual game. I do have custom aliens in here. I didn't want to go there yet. I honestly didn't want to take away the custom aliens yet. I didn't know if they were too scary or not, but I didn't want to do that because this map, I made this map because I wanted custom aliens in it. So that was my last resort. If I couldn't figure anything else out, I was going to remove the custom aliens. But I remembered I have a custom decal in this map. So that's where I went with. In the front of the cave entrance, there is a decal that I put in here. And this, and again, if you're looking at this here, you're probably thinking to yourself, what's wrong with it? Absolutely nothing. But I think, I mean, the name of this is just hieroglyphics decal. It's nothing. The name convention, obviously, I checked, make sure it's nothing suspicious. All right. And I was like, what if the system will kick something out if they can't make sense of whatever the image you're putting out? So that was my theory. What if the system is smart enough to know that I don't understand what this image is? I'm going to deny your map. And sure enough, I then replaced this and deleted it. And I just put a billboard that says enter on it. And then published it again. Sure enough, 3:19 a.m., yes, I was up. It passed the restriction. And after that, whenever it passed the restriction, I re-uploaded the 2 audio back and it took it again. Now, you're going to see I have another failed here. And again, this is the other frustrating part of that, because if I go right here, I'm getting the promotional image and lobby background back. But honestly, I just keep pushing for publish and it keeps passing again. And then I'm seeing it again here, but I publish it and it passes again. So obviously there's not a good consistency because the same image, I didn't change. It's still the same image for both of these right here and it failed. But as you can see, it's passed all the other ones. At the end of it all, it was this image that was blocking my content, even though it doesn't look bad. My tip to you is start thinking backwards, kind of like what I just showed you here. Okay. And let me show you something else right now. Okay. So I'm making a new map right now, and I just ran into this last night. This is pretty crazy here. And again, this is why I think people are not understanding the system, because it is a lot smarter than you think. Here is the map that I'm currently working on. It's a post-apocalyptic one-shot gun game, whatever, right? So when I tried to push changes to this, I was getting an error saying something about the texture bottles is not allowed, right? So I was like, okay, whatever. So the suspect is right here, bottles BC. And I'm looking at this, and sure enough, right here, it says beer. And this is why I think that the actual, not the IARC, whatever Fortnite is using, is actually smarter than you think. So what I did was I just took the beer out in Photoshop, and now it looks like this. And now I was able to actually play it without the warning. That being said, if you're running into issues, before you blame the system, take a look at your levels and your file names and your audios, everything in your map that you brought in, and try to figure out what is causing the error. Okay? That being said, I hope you all learned something new today, and I wish you all luck with publishing your maps.